ABATE of Iowa is an acronym which is a brotherhood aimed towards education. ABATE watches out for your rights. ABATE encourages favorable legislation. ABATE is involved in local, state, and federal legislation. ABATE promotes safe riding habits, which this is not. Clothes baskets are not child-approved safety seats. Please do not put your child in one and go riding. Look at the red arrow. Yes, that is a child in there. But there is a lot not safe about this picture. No shirt, shorts, flip-flops, sandals. For ABATE of Iowa, Share the Road stands for Safe Highways Equals Awareness, Respect, and Education. Different kinds of motorcycles. Motorcycles come in all shapes and sizes, which means you must be aware of all the different types while driving. Stereotypes. Would you believe that this couple put 35 years into the job, paid off the mortgage of their house last year, and put 3 kids through college? Motorcyclists come from all walks of life. Yes, the elderly do ride. A lot of politicians ride. This is Iowa's Senator Joni Ernst. Now what about you? Do you have any riding experience? How about experience on four-wheelers, mopeds, or have you been a passenger on a motorcycle? What did you think? Was it fun? Were you scared? Some reasons to ride a motorcycle. Some of the differences between motorcycles and cars. Most motorcycles do not have airbags, but Goldwing has this available on some of their models. Motorcycles have passenger limitations. Iowa law states there must be a set of foot pegs for each person on the motorcycle. Lane positions and why we ride where we do. We break the lanes into thirds: left, center, and right. One of the reasons we might ride in the left third is a situation like this. You have an oncoming car. You want the driver to see you. You have also positioned yourself in the driver's side mirror of the car in front of you. If you're riding where the red dot is, there's a good chance that the traffic will not see you. The most important thing for any motorcycle rider out there is to make sure that you're seen. Reasons for riding in the right third. There is a car sitting at the intersection. You want that car to see you, so you would not ride where the red dot is. In this illustration, this rider is invisible to all traffic. He is so close to the back of that truck that the car at the intersection can't see him, the oncoming car can't see him, and he's so close to the back of that truck that the truck driver cannot see him in his mirrors. Iowa recommends a 3-second following distance under 40 miles an hour. In poor riding conditions, you need to increase that distance. It takes a motorcycle longer to start or stop in wet conditions. When you see a group of motorcyclists riding together, they will normally ride in a staggered formation like you see here. Riding staggered gives them the full width of the lane with keeping the spacing between the bikes. This also gives them the ability to avoid objects in the road.
It was June 22nd, 2002. 6 motorcyclists were riding from Ames to Anamosa, just some old buddies in the open road, when on a stretch of highway a van drifted across the center line. 2 bikers were critically injured and 3 were dead. Their lives could have been saved. How do I know? I was the only biker on that ride left standing. This summer, remember to share the road with motorcycles. A message from ABATE of Iowa's Share the Road program.
There was 2 tickets issued to the driver of the van that day, one for drifting left of center, one for failure to maintain control. The fines for those 2 tickets are $36 apiece. A-Bait of Iowa, Wayne Weirson, and a lot of good people did not feel that this was right. So they went down to the State House and they wrote Senate File 2267, which was passed into law. Our law is meant to enhance penalties in a right-of-way violation. It also made it mandatory for Share the Road to be seen in every driver's ed class in the state of Iowa. You cannot complete driver's ed without seeing A-Bait of Iowa's Share the Road program. The HURT study shows that 23% of all motorcycle accidents are single vehicle accidents. 77% are multiple vehicle accidents. Out of that 77%, 50% are right-of-way violations. Always take a second look before proceeding through an intersection. The following video is about taking that second look.
Walking down the sidewalk, kicking my feet as I'm moving to the music. Step to the beat, I woke up today, canceled all my plans and I stepped right. Yeah, so lift me up, I'm moving on, singing and dancing while I play my song. Yeah, I'm having a good time, keeping it going. Come on.
What is wrong with you? Are you stupid?
Didn't see you, I'm so sorry.
You pulled right out in front of me. What, you didn't see that big bike with the bright headlights shining right at you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot of good that does me now. I can't believe this. I gotta show you some things, kid. And you need to listen. Listen good. Don't forget anything that I'm gonna say.
No, I won't. I won't forget.
I don't think we got much time. Get in. Trust me, kid. Just hit the gas and keep going left. Pull over in that spot. See those cars and trucks coming towards us down the road, kid? How fast are they going?
I don't know, maybe 35, 40 miles an hour?
Yeah, that's about right. Keep looking at the road, kid. Now, see that motorcycle way in the distance? How fast is that going?
I have no idea.
Keep looking.
I have no idea. It's hard to tell.
Exactly, kid. Exactly. That bike is much smaller than a car. You get me, buddy? Much smaller. Makes it tough to judge its speed and distance. You see where I'm going? Whenever you see that single headlight or two headlights close together, you have got to give it some extra space. Simple rule, kid. Look twice. Before you ever pull out, before you ever do anything around a bike, you have got to look twice.
Look twice. Got it.
All right, back out on the road, kid. Follow that bike. Give him a little breathing space. You see that taillight? How big is it?
Looks pretty small from here.
Exactly. And you know what else? Because those taillights are always on,
It's a heck of a lot harder to notice when they put on their brakes, especially in the daytime.
See what he did there? moved his bike over so he can be seen by the car ahead of him. It's easy enough for a car to get lost in a blind spot, even easier for a motorcycle. That's why you have to be sure there's nobody there before you ever change lanes. Something tells me we don't have a lot of time left, kid. You're doing good. Might be hope for you yet. Take a left up at the next light.
Big Bear!
Wild Bill! Hey, buddy.
Nice ride, man. Why aren't you on your bike?
Big Bear! Wild Bill! Dog! Teaching the kid how to drive around bikes. See you later. Look at that! Bikes accelerate so much faster than cars, and they brake faster than most cars too, so don't ever get too close. We gotta get back. Motorcycles are vulnerable around any kind of car, kid. A little dent for you could be something horrible for us. Doesn't matter who's at fault, the rider always gets the worst of it.
I got it.
Serious injury or even death.
I got it. Seriously. I got it, Big Bear.
Call me Randy, kid.
Randy? Big Bear fits you better. Your name's Randy, huh?
Since the day I was born. Since the day I was born. You got a name, kid?
Ian. It's Ian.
Ian. You're all right, Ian. Makes this all the harder.
Don't go back to your bike, Big Bear.
Got to. You need to get in your car. Now.
Just stay. We can change what's...
Don't work that way, kid. Ian, remember, look.
Look twice. I got it.
No! Randy, no! Randy!
Everybody makes mistakes, but mistakes like Ian made happen way too often. Even a simple mistake that causes a dent to a car can kill a rider. We need your help making our road safer for motorcyclists.
I'm a mom and I'm a rider. I train on the racetrack to improve my skills so I can be safer on the street and get home to my family. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks for watching out for me and doing your part to help me get home safely.
Hey guys, whether 2 wheels or 4, training is everything. Gives us the skills to be safer out on the street. You know, inside your car is somebody's son or daughter. Under our helmets are somebody's brother, sister, friend, or Daddy! And Daddy. We all have a lot of choices to make out there on the roads. So train hard, drive well, and please, for Randy and Ian's sake, for your sake, and for ours, make your choices good ones. Thanks.
Distracted driving. You must minimize your distractions. The following awareness test is a demonstration on how easily it is to be distracted.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make?
Go!
The answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear?
Go!
Most of you missed the moonwalking bear. Drinking and driving is never a good choice, but if you decide to drink and drive and get caught, these are some of the things that can happen to you. You don't want to end up in one of these or put somebody else in one either. Some of our posters about drinking and driving. You will be given a quick quiz after this next video.
Megan.
Hey, Kenzie.
Did you get yourself a new bike?
Yeah, brand new. Thought I'd bring it to the range and practice before hitting the streets. Say, why didn't you meet my rider's coach, Doug?
Hi, how are you?
Nice. Take me for a ride.
Not in those clothes, you're not.
Yeah, what if we were in an accident? Bare flesh and asphalt don't mix.
We're not gonna get in an accident. You already took your rider's training, and you know what you're doing.
Famous last words. Say, before you get on a bike, you need to be wearing boots, pants, a long sleeve shirt, a leather jacket, leather chaps actually, even. You need gloves, eyewear, and a helmet.
Seriously, you guys sound like my dad. He worries about everything hurting me.
If I was your dad, I would worry about you.
What's the big deal? I'm just talking about going around the block.
Around the block or across the country, the problems are still the same.
What problems?
I'm a car, and you're a motorcycle.
Hey, what was that for?
It happens all the time. A car doesn't see the motorcyclist, and the motorcycle loses.
Think about it. Motorcycles are narrower and shorter than cars. This gives them a smaller profile than cars are used to looking for. Plus, they can be easily hidden in a blind spot. And motorcycles, oftentimes than not, are closer than they appear.
Not to mention, a car has a steel cage. A motorcycle doesn't.
So, are you guys trying to tell me that cars run motorcycles off the road on purpose?
Of course not, but other drivers often don't watch for motorcycles.
That's why it's important to use caution at intersections. Make sure you know how far off that oncoming motorcycle is before you make a left turn.
Look once, twice, and a third time before you proceed.
One of the biggest problems facing a motorcyclist today is a car turning left in front of him.
A lethal left-hand turn is the most common collision between cars and motorcycles.
Look before you turn. Again, motorcycles are smaller than cars and less obvious.
Wait a minute. I thought that this was a class about riding a motorcycle, not driving a car.
We've seen how you drive, Kenzie. Again, if you're sharing the road with us, I want to make sure that you're actually watching for motorcycles.
But I already watch for motorcycles.
That's a good thing, Kenzie. I love riding, but sometimes other drivers make it hard on the roadways. For instance, I'll be riding along on the left-hand side of the lane, and I need to change lane positions. Do you know why?
No, why?
We do it because sometimes you need to get a better view of obstacles in the road. Other times, we really want to ensure that the car ahead of us can see us.
Don't forget, we need to change lane to avoid objects in the road. Objects that would not be affecting a car might be disastrous for a motorcycle.
Wow, I've never thought of that before.
Speaking of lane changes, I've had cars crowd me out of my lane while trying to pass me.
And you should pass a motorcycle the same way you pass a car. Signal, maintain speed and lane position, and wait till it's clear before you pull back in.
Again, I feel like I'm back in driver's ed. What about when a motorcycle passes me?
Same rules apply. Maintain speed and lane position until the bike passes.
This just sounds like common sense stuff.
Here, go put on my riding gear and see for yourself.
Okay. Can I get on?
Sure, there you go. Thanks, Megan.
Good on this side.
Okay.
So you still think they know all this stuff?
I can't believe it. What was with that guy following right on our tail?
You're right, he was following way too close.
We were even going the speed limit.
A good rule, if you're going under 40 mile an hour, is 3 seconds behind the motorcycle in front of you.
3 seconds?
Let's say a vehicle passes the shadow of a tree. It should take 3 seconds before you pass that same shadow.
It would have taken that guy 3 milliseconds. And what about that lady who almost backed right into us?
Again, she was looking for another car, not a motorcycle.
Come on, a big bike like this with both of us on it and the headlight on, how could she have missed us?
What if it was you on a smaller bike?
She would have backed right into me.
A dented fender if you're in a car.
Yeah, and a trip to the emergency room if I was on a bike. I'm glad you were paying attention.
I always pay attention, especially on busy streets with lots of driveways and intersections. And remember, at night, motorcycles are harder to see because they only have one headlight and tail light. Cars will be less likely to see them.
I'm beginning to see what you guys are saying. Motorcyclists have the same rights on the highway as motorists do, and we're more likely to get hurt in an accident.
We?
Well, you, until I successfully complete my rider's training course.
Then we need to consider weather conditions.
What do you mean? What's a little rain?
Well, rain and high wind can affect a motorcycle differently than a car. You need to give a motorcycle more room in these conditions.
Kenzie, even though cars and motorcycles share the roads, you have to remember to respect those differences when you're driving with us.
Seriously, I get it. Motorcycles are smaller and can easily become hidden in traffic with cars. Motorcycles handle much differently than cars, and motorcycles don't have the protection of a roll cage if they're in an accident. I've really learned a lot more than before from you guys.
Imagine if you took a rider's education class, what you could learn.
Does it matter if I have some experience riding dirt bike as a kid?
Actually, we have courses from beginning riders all the way up to experienced and returning riders.
Well, sign me up.
All right, let's get you taking the E-course, and then we'll see what course fits you best.
Now let's see if you were paying attention. Let's go over some proper riding gear for motorcyclists. From bottom to top, leather boots or shoes, long pants, a long sleeve shirt, leather chaps that go over the jeans, a leather coat, leather gloves, proper eye protection, and a helmet. Iowa is currently a choice state. Whether you wear a helmet or not is your choice. But if you decide to put a helmet on your head, there are a few things you should be aware of. Make sure it has a DOT sticker on the back of it. If your helmet is not DOT certified, do not put it on your head. Helmets are good for one impact only. If your helmet impacts something, the best thing to do is throw it away and go buy yourself a new one. There is no test out there that will tell whether a helmet is still safe after an impact. A few pictures of people that were not wearing proper safety gear. Some road rash. Better road rash. Please wear proper foot gear. Please let the trained professionals deal with the injured people at an accident. Unless you have had the proper training, do your best not to touch the injured people. If they're wearing a helmet, don't ever try to remove the helmet. If they have a neck or a back injury and you go moving an injured person or you go tugging on a helmet, you can paralyze them or kill them. Please let the trained professionals deal with the injured people. It takes special skills to be a safe, responsible rider. ABATE of Iowa offers different classes to meet the needs of riders from very basic to more advanced classes. With most of the classes, students receive a DOT licensed waiver with successful completion. ABATE of Iowa offers different courses for different skill levels. It doesn't matter if you have never ridden or if you are a seasoned rider. There is a class for everyone. Remember, an educated rider is a safe rider. As a rider, I need you.
Just when I needed you to pay attention. Just when I needed you to take another look.
Just when I needed you to show consideration.
Just when I needed you to look really closely. Driver carelessness is the biggest cause of motorcyclist deaths and serious injuries.
Just when I need
Take another look.
It's never too late, and it's never too early to start. That is our presentation. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us at www.abateiowa.org. Thank you for your time.